Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in here. Welcome new subscribers and welcome loyal subscribers. And if you find this information helpful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when a new video comes out. So thanks so much, everybody. The channel's growing slowly. We know that YouTube usually doesn't promote Christian channels as much as others, unfortunately. So all of you contribute greatly to the growth of this channel with all of your comments and by liking, sharing, and subscribing. So thanks so much, everyone. Now, today we're going to talk about the faux apology of the narcissist, the non-apology of the narcissist. Now, we all know that narcissists are insincere, that there's no ounce of truth in them. We also know that there's no ounce of truth in the adversary. It's in the word. So what are we to think? The adversary obviously is the opposite of love, and we know that the narcissist, the severe narcissist, is incapable of love. Ask any therapist. They will tell you that they just don't know how to love. They can't love. So they can't apologize. They can't feel remorse. They don't feel any guilt. They commit repeat evil, and they're not capable of love. Hello? What does that sound like? Sounds like somebody of the adversary to me. Now, we've all seen how and witnessed how manipulative they can be, and they're very good at what they do. They're very good at presenting a false image. They're very good at coming as a being of light and presenting things that sound like they're of God at first. And yes, they are capable of giving an apology, but it's not sincere, guys. And I hope you will learn to spot the signs of an insincere apology, so you know that you may be dealing with a severe narcissist if you hear these types of apologies. Anybody who is a sincere, kind, loving, empathetic, good person will genuinely feel remorse for hurting someone that they care about. Now, the narcissist may say they're sorry, but it will come out in a twisted version of an apology that is not sincere. And this is how you can spot how an apology from a narcissist is non-sincere. Instead of them saying something healthy, meaning a loving, kind apology to you, which would sound something like, I am so sorry that I committed that action against you, whatever it is. I will never do it again. I know this has hurt you. I feel horrible. I feel remorse for it. I shouldn't have done that. You're right. And I will change my ways. What can I do to make it up to you? And then that person will genuinely carry through with actions that tells that target, that person, that they are genuinely remorseful. But the narcissist, however, very rarely self-reflects or puts the blame on themselves or admits that they did anything wrong in their apology. They'll say, I'm sorry, but it'll come out something like this. I'm sorry, but such and such. I'm sorry if such and such. It very rarely comes out, I'm sorry that I committed that deception, or I'm sorry I committed that action that hurt you. That's really taking responsibility for the action that was wrong by them. So if you hear the word but or if, pay attention to that, because it'll come out with something like, I'm sorry if something I said offended you. I'm sorry if your feelings were hurt. I'm sorry if you're sensitive to that. I'm sorry if I may have done something wrong. So it's really gaslighting and questioning your reality and saying that they doubt that it even happened to begin with. And then they kind of turn it in your ballpark, especially when they say, I'm sorry if something I said offended you. I'm sorry if you're sensitive. I'm sorry if you were hurt by it. They're not apologizing for what they did, in other words, guys, so watch out for that. A lot of times they minimize what they did And it's a non-apology because they'll say, I was just kidding. They use the just word. I was just trying to help. I was just playing devil's advocate. I was just trying to prove a point. They were just. Just is a word of minimizing, right? So they're minimizing what they did. And they're trying to have you forget about it and, tuck it in the back corner like it's insignificant with the word just. So if they use the word just in their apology, you pay attention to how they're wording it. Also, if they say, I'm sorry that you think I did something wrong. So again, they're doubting that it happened. They're just saying it's in your mind and you just think it, but it never happened. I'm sorry that you feel I'm a bad person. Well, that goes along with the one I hear the most. And the narcissistic apology that's a tip-off for me, and the one I hear all the time is, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Right? How many times have you heard that? And if you've heard it, put it in the comments below. Because when they say, I'm sorry you feel that way, that's a cop-out. That's saying, I'm sorry you feel, basically. I'm sorry you have feelings, target. I'm sorry you feel I did that, but it never happened. That's pretty much what they're saying. They're not saying that they're sorry that they did that action. They're not taking any responsibility for the action. They're just saying they're sorry that you feel. So really have a heads up if you hear those types of non-apologies. Now this one's the deja vu apology, and I'll explain why. When they say something like, I said I was sorry, or I have apologized for that a dozen times. Well, maybe they should stop doing that heinous act. So they feel that if they apologized for something they did wrong 2 years ago, that's fine. They apologize, so therefore they can keep doing it over and over again for the next 20 years. That's how a narcissist thinks. Their apologies mean nothing. They don't have regret or remorse, guys. We don't think that way, but we have to remember that a narcissist does think that way. And that is, they don't think at all about hurting people. There's no remorse or regret. Now, speaking of regret, that's the next one. They may say, I regret that you felt upset. They don't regret what they did. Listen to the wording. They're not saying, I regret that I really regret what I did to you. They'll say, I regret that you felt upset. Well, I really regret that mistakes were made. They're not saying they regret their actions were a mistake. You see what I'm saying? It's all with the wording, guys. The adversary is a twister manipulator when it comes to the Word of God and when it comes to, deceiving people. So also regret is a feeling. Regret is not an apology. Think about that. Now here's another one. I probably shouldn't have done that, the narcissist will say. Or maybe I used wrong judgment, or maybe I should have asked you first. The maybe and the probably is gaslighting again. It's kind of like it didn't happen, it sort of happened. Could have happened, but they're not saying, yes, it definitely happened, and I'm definitely sorry for what I did. It's a probably and a maybe, kind of, sort of, non-apology. Here's another one. This one is the nothing to apologize for apology, where they say, well, I'd never hurt you. I didn't do that. I'm sorry. I love you, or I didn't mean that. Really? We do? When they keep committing the same horrible actions that devastate our lives, we just know. No, actions speak louder than words. No, we don't know. Their actions say they want us to eat dirt and die, basically. So why would we believe anything they say, or why would we know? Here's another one. When they use the word guess. I guess I owe you an apology. Well, I guess I'm supposed to have a talk with you and say I'm sorry. I guess. If they use the I guess, that's, really appeasing you. It's condescending. It's, I suppose this is what I need to do to get my supply back, basically. It's not an apology, guys. Then there's the bargaining apology that they use, because everything's a bargain with the narcissist. In other words, you give them this, they give you that. Each form of supply gives them something different. It's all about what they get from them. So they will lose what they get from you, and sometimes they will create a bargain apology, such as, well, I'll apologize if you will. I'll apologize if you agree never to bring it up again. I'll apologize, but you have to forgive me this time. They owe you. They're the ones that did something extremely hurtful and deceitful. So you don't owe them anything. They owe you the apology and the changed behavior. But again, the narcissist flips it around that you owe them something in their apology. How arrogant is that, right? How narcissistic is that? But that's how they think. Also, there's a forced apology, guys. And this is, your mother told me to apologize to you. Or my friend thinks I should tell you I'm sorry. Or the therapist said in counseling I needed to apologize to you. So these are all under duress. They're fake apologies. They're blaming other people and really ticked off that they have to apologize and that they're pretty much forced by other people to, so let's get this over with. How is that an apology? Really, it's not. So don't buy that. It's not sincere. They're doing it just because people told them to, and they will lose their supply if they don't. Here's another one. This is where they apologize and then they flip again immediately to justify their actions of wrong. And it's, I'm sorry, but other people thought what I said was funny. When it wasn't funny, it was a sarcastic insult. But, they'll say, I'm sorry, but other people thought it was funny. I'm sorry, but you started it. I am sorry, but I just couldn't help it. Or I'm sorry, I was just speaking the truth. Or I'm sorry, the big one, I'm sorry, but you made me do it. How often have you heard that? Now, if you've heard any of these fake apologies, please put it in the comments below. I would love to hear your experiences, and if you could detect it was a false apology. But now, hopefully, guys, you have some more information on how to detect someone who's authentic and genuinely sorry, and someone who is just going through the motions so they don't lose you as a form of supply. And again, someone who is genuine, someone who cares about you, someone who loves you, would never want to see you hurt, would never repeat, offend, and do the same thing over again, knowing how much it hurt you. And they would say, I am genuinely sorry for what I did to you, and I will never do it again. I give you my word. What can I do to make it up to you? And they will carry out those actions that are important to you to make you feel safe and to make up for the whatever horrible action they did. And that's with changed behavior, changed attitude, by being extremely transparent with their actions, so there's no question that they are abiding by your wishes. And so you feel safe. And so you feel that they are genuinely never going to do that again to hurt you, nor would they want to. But the narcissist does not think that way. The narcissist just says something so they can go right back and commit evil again and again and again. And that's how we know they're not of God at all. So we have to protect ourselves today and know these signs. And again, narcissists do apologize, but this is how they twist words to keep you in the cycle of abuse. And so you accept these twisted apologies, thinking that they're sincere, when you'll just get shocked again by their repeat evil behaviors, even after you think they've apologized. So take heed with this, guys. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this was your experience, and what is your favorite apology line from a narcissist? What's your favorite faux non-apology that you've heard, or the one that was the most ridiculous? Let me know in the comments. And if you need prayer, please put your name in the comments and I'll add you to the prayer list. And make sure you follow on Facebook and Twitter and Rumble on Rumble, guys. And if anybody needs one-on-one Christian guidance, please email me at angelhavenministry@gmail.com and I will get back to you on how to do that. So thanks so much for listening, guys. Let me know if this was helpful to you, and I'll see you next time. God bless.